Hello students, so we are here for another discussion session. You had an exam recently based on which you will have this discussion session, and these were the questions that you have attempted. You might have scored good marks, and then let us discuss for each question what is the correct option and why is it correct and why the other options cannot be taken as your answer. All these things will be discussed in today's session. Okay. So it was an easy paper, a very balanced one. Okay. So as usual, we have the first set of questions where two statements are given on the board, and in each statement, you may find one of the parts which might have gone wrong. In case if there is no error found, that means you can select the last option, no error. Okay, so let us check whether these sentences have error or not. If yes, you have to find it out, and we also will discuss how to correct it, just like how we did in almost all the discussion sessions, right? Okay, so come back to the first statement. He is good in mathematics, but his friend isn't. So a statement has been divided into different parts, okay, 3 parts. And then the fourth part being no error option. All right. So he is good in mathematics, but his friend is not. Somebody who is good or expert in something. If you use the word expert, expert in. But if it is the word good, he is good, that first part is correct. So the error, there is error, and that error is in the second part, B part. And what is the error? This word in, the wrong preposition. See, you don't say good in maths or good in English. This is wrong. Instead, good at mathematics, good at science, good at English, etc., etc. Okay, so this part has gone wrong. He's good in mathematics is wrong. So how will he correct it? Good at mathematics, but his friend is not. So always remember, with this good word good, or if you want to show that somebody is expert in something, and that is with the word good, do not use the term good in something, but good at something. But if it is the word expert, instead you can use the word or preposition in. That is the difference between the two. Okay, expert, if it is expert in, but good at. Got the difference? Okay. Now, let us check the second statement, if this has got error or not. The police has arrested him on the charge of theft. This statement also has got an error. And if you recollect, if you remember, some of the basic rules that we have discussed in those extra sessions, you remember how a few in different parts, some 4 or 5 parts in extra sessions were given to you, where we discussed about the subject verb agreement and whatever is plural, whatever is singular, all those things we discussed, right? So if you have attended, if you have watched those videos, you may recall this particular point also. The police has arrested him. The error is in the second part, B part again, and first also B and second also B part. Okay, and what is the error? The police is actually plural. Here we speak about singular plural agreement, or singular plural or number of person plus verb agreement. So police, the word is plural. So this should be have and not has. It should be have. And here it should be at. Okay. So the police, if it is policeman, if it is just a policeman, it should be singular. Then this particular statement would have been correct. The policeman has arrested him on charge of theft. But since it is police given, not policeman, so this is plural, subject is plural, and with plural subject, it is not has but have is used. Okay, so that is the correction. So here again, B part is the correct option. Both the sentences have error. He is good at mathematics and the police have arrested him. Got it clear? So remember the basic rules that we discussed in some of those extra sessions. Keep those things in mind. Only then you will be able to find out the errors. That time itself I said that a few questions will be there based on correction or picking out the wrong part. Unless you know where the sentence has gone wrong, you will not be able to get the correct answer. Okay, and that is why you have been given one full session, in fact 2 sessions on correcting or else the common mistakes, grammatical mistakes that you may commit while you use your language. Okay, so this based on the same thing rules, we have corrected these 2 statements. All right, so we have completed the first and second questions. All right, now the next is fill in the blanks type of questions. Again 2 questions, third and fourth based on or else fill in the blank questions where the options are given to you. You need to find out the best possible option with which you can fill this up. See, always remember when you have when you have such a type of question, when you read the question, when you read the options, you may feel that okay, more than one answer is possible, more than one word is possible. But remember, you need to find out, choose the correct and the best one for the sentences out of the 4 options given to you. Okay, sometimes there is a very thin difference between the right and wrong options. Okay, and that is where the question plays all the trick, right? So the government must dash all resources of energy. The government must dash all resources of energy. What should the government do? Should the government collect all resources of energy? Gather means the same. Muster also means the same. Actually, collect, gather, muster, these 3 words remain or mean the same. Okay. What about the 4th one, harness? And that is our answer. Actually, harness or D option is, see, harness means not just to collect but to use it wisely, to protect and use it wisely. To have a control over the resources. Not that like you know that renewable, non-renewable or natural resources, all these things are not plenty. So definitely you should have a check on it, you should have a control over it. So harness is a word which means the government should put a check on it and should have a control, should collect at the same time, should use those resources wisely, or that's where you have the importance of the word harness, which means to put a check, to control and to use those resources wisely. So all these meanings are there in the word harness, and that is your answer. So you need to use the word harness, not collect or gather or any other word. Okay. Next is A.R. Rahman dashed the music for Commonwealth Games 2010 or 2010. What did he do? Did he sing or else did he make or composed? Not when you talk about music, music is not made, music is not produced, but music is composed. A.R. Rahman dash the music. We speak about the music. Suppose if it is song here, you could have chosen the first word, sang the song. But since it is music, that means you compose the music. You do not make or produce music. Those words are not related to music, but the word compose. So, A.R. Rahman, C option, he composed the music for Commonwealth Games 2010. So it is the word composed. Okay. And suppose if it is, instead of music, it is song, you could have chosen sang the song. Alright. So D and C options. Here harness, and second one, here it is compose the music. Alright. Now we have find the word which expresses the meaning of the given word or similar or synonyms. You have 2 words, emancipate and absorbing. Okay, and you have been given 4 options each for these 2 words, 4 options each, and you need to find out a word which is similar in meaning to emancipate from the first list and another word similar in meaning to absorbing from the second list of options. Okay. Now the first one, emancipate. What is emancipate? Emancipate actually, I'll give you another word which is similar to one of the options. That means to set somebody free or something free. Okay, to release or to set someone or something free is what you call emancipate. So to set somebody free or someone free, another word which is given as one of the options is liberate. A option, liberate. Liberate also means to set free or to release free. Okay, now next is absorbing. Absorbing. So especially in terms with class and all, we use this thing absorbing, grasping. Another word which is in the list, engrossing, B option. Absorbing, similar, not concentrating, not focusing. Absorbing is not focusing on something. It's not fascinating or something attractive. It's not enriching experience or in something which is added or something which is being added. Instead, engrossing or absorbing. That means you attend a class and you absorb the best out of it. That means you comprehend the best out of it and you are totally engrossed or involved or else not focused actually. You get the best. You absorb the best. That is what we call engrossing. Okay, so emancipate is liberate, to set free. Absorbing is engrossing. These are the synonyms for the two printed words. Okay. Now, just like we were asked to find out synonyms right now, you need to find out antonyms or opposites for the words affirm and robust. It's not robust, it's actually robust. Robust. Okay. Now, affirm is the first word. What is affirm actually? You confirm something to be true. Affirmation. You give affirmation. That means you give a statement that something is true. Okay. You confirm. You CONFIRM. The meaning which is similar. We are not asked to find out synonyms, antonyms, but you need to know the meaning of these words without which you will not be able to get the antonyms. Okay. So, to confirm or to agree, both mean affirm. So, agree is a word which we cannot accept, right? Then refuse, reject. Refuse and reject are the opposites of accept. Accept, you are willing to take something, or you refuse to take something, you reject something. So, these two are the antonyms for accept, not for affirm. Affirm is you say or you confirm something to be true. And the opposite is you deny something to be true. You deny it. You do not give confirmation, instead you deny it. So, affirm, the opposite is deny. Okay. Now, robust. Robust actually means being very strong, being very sturdy and very vigorous. Okay. So many synonyms are there for the word robust. Robust could mean strong, sturdy, STURDY, sturdy. Vigorous is there. Strong is a synonym, not antonym. So this could be taken out of the list. Okay. Now we have lean is tall, being strong and tall, no connection, right? Flexible also has got nothing to do with being strong. Yeah, so robust means strong, vigorous. So the opposite of being strong is feeble. So it is option number D. Here it is option number C. C and D. Robust means being strong and feeble means being weak. Okay, being big, not strong. So just the opposite, and that is what we are asked to find out, the opposites. Okay, so affirm, deny, option number C. Robust, option number D. Feeble. So these are the antonyms or opposites for these two words. Okay. Now we have idioms or phrases, idioms this time, and two idioms are given. And you need to find out the meaning of these two idioms, and these two idioms are given individually, not in the form of any sentence. And you remember in all the extra sessions that we had, around minimum 3 or 4 in each session, idioms were given along with the meanings. Okay, so that means you could have made a list of at least minimum 15 idioms, and along with that add these idioms also to the list, so that for the exam, if you learn it by heart, what if any of these would come? Okay, so coming back to the first idiom, that is your 9th question, build castles in the air. To build castles in the air. Okay, so what does it mean? Does it mean you are wasting your time, or is it daydream, or to really building castles or houses in the air, or to work hard? See, to build castles in the air. Even if we cannot derive the meaning out of the words printed, but sometimes if you try to connect it with, you can make some hunch or make some guesswork. See, building castles in the air is not possible, right? Not in reality that it is possible. In real life situation, in reality, to build castles in the air is not possible. Maybe in the dreams that it can. That's a clue to your answer. It is daydreaming, option number B. In dreams, and if you don't do any work and if you spend your time in daydreaming, you can build castles in the air. Means anything or everything is possible when you daydream, not in reality, not in actual life situation, right? So to build castles in the air means daydreaming. Okay. Now to hit below the belt. So it's an idiom, so you cannot connect it with the actual belt that you wear or you put on. To hit below the belt, does it mean to punish somebody with a belt, to tie with a belt, to hit with a belt? No, but to attack unfairly, option number D. That means using wrong means and wrong methods to attack a person, which is not fair enough. So, to attack somebody not in the proper way, not in the proper channel, or using fair means unfairly, that's what you call to hit below the belt. Okay, so build castles in the air means to daydream, and to hit below the belt means to attack somebody not in the proper way but unfairly. Okay. Now, we have a fill the blanks type of question, okay, or else you can say that in this small passage, a few words are missing. And you can insert those words from the options given against each blank or given for each blank separately. Okay. Now, man is a dash animal. Even without checking the options, automatically this would come to your mouth. Man is a social animal. Very often in social science and in literature, everywhere you might have come across the same statement that no man is an island, man cannot live alone, he is a social animal. He needs society, or he is a social animal. And let us check if that is given as one of the options. Of course, man is not a political or public or economical animal, but social animal. C option, social animal. See, without the option itself, we got it in our mind fixed, right? He cannot live alone. That's why he is called a social animal. Men of dash dispositions are naturally attracted towards each other. Men of, for this also I guess without the options we can try this. Men of same or similar. Similar disposition is same character. Okay. Men of similar or same. Do we have any of these words? Okay. We have similar. Word similar. A option. Okay. So, men of similar dispositions are naturally attracted towards each other. In course of time, intimacy grows between them. They begin to dash each other. They begin to frustrate, ruin each other, dislike, trust each other. D option. They begin to trust. If it is like also is one of the options, you could have taken that, but here one positive word is given, that is trust. Only one positive word is given. In course of time, If they have similar dispositions in course of time, intimacy grows between them and they begin to trust each other. This is called friendship. Okay? Friendship is a feeling of dash trust. What trust? Conflicting trust, but mutual. Mutual. It's a give and take policy. Mutual trust. That means if you have contact or if you have friendship with another person, just like you trust him or her, he also trusts you in return. That's what I call it being mutual. Okay. So mutual trust, support and affection between the two people. A friend can be a companion, workmate, classmate, or any person with whom a dash of affection are attached. With whom are notions, ideas, feelings. A option. Feelings of affection are attached. Feelings of affection are attached. Okay. So man is a social animal. He cannot live alone. Men of similar dispositions are naturally attracted towards each other. In course of time, intimacy grows between them. They begin to trust each other. This is called friendship. Friendship is a feeling of mutual trust, support and affection between two people. A friend can be a companion, a workmate, classmate, or any person with whom our feelings of affection are attached. So if you supply these missing words, if you insert these missing words, it would make a sensible passage. Okay, so it was very simple, right? So I guess the whole paper was too simple this time. All right. Now here we have 3 questions where one word is correctly spelt. In the first 2 questions, different words are given, different meanings are given, but only one word has been given with the correct spelling. That is what you have to choose. Okay. Now, first is mischievous. Mischievous, is it the correct spelling? No. What is the correct spelling of mischievous? M-I-S-C-H. I is missing and this I is not needed. This I would have been inserted here. So this is wrong spelling. Miscarriage is with single S. Here we have double S. So this is also wrong. Then misdemeanor means a small mistake on your part is misdemeanor. And that is with the correct spelling. Option number C. Okay. And what is this misnomer? It should be ER. M-I-S-N-O-M-E-R is the correct spelling. That means a wrong name that you use or wrong designation that you use. When you address a person with wrong name or wrong designation, that is what you call misnomer. And that is with ER. So here it should be ER and here single S and here I is required and that I here should be removed. Okay, so option number C, misdemeanor is the correct option. The next is harassment, commitment, bereavement, temperament. So harassment is the correct spelling, A option, correct spelling. Okay. What about commitment? What is wrong with this spelling? Commitment with single T. Double M is there but single T, not double T. Then bereavement is a feeling of loss, always connected with death. Like when you lose somebody or when a person dies or when you get separated from a person after his or her death, that loss, that separation is what you call bereavement. But if it is B-E-R-E-A-V-E-M-E-N-T. So the spelling also is wrong. Temperament is with T-E-M-P-E-R. P-E-R and here it is B-E-R-E-A-V-E-M-E-N-T and here single T. So harassment is the correct spelling. Option number A is the correct spelling. Okay. Now for 18th question, actually it's the same word with 4 different spelling and you need to choose the correct one and you're familiar with this word restaurant, right? Restaurant. So restaurant with this spelling is the correct one. R-E-S-T-A-U-R-A-N-T. Option number A. So 16, option number C, correct spelling. 17th and 18th both option number A, harassment and restaurant with the correct spelling. Okay. So we will go to the next set of questions where we have two statements given and you have to find out a single word for these two statements. Okay. So the first statement, I'll just underline it so that it will be visible enough. Okay. A lover of mankind. People who love fellow beings. A lover of mankind. The one who has great concern, sympathy, love for his fellow beings. Such people, what do you call them? A lover of mankind, what do you call the person? Is he theist? Is he veteran? Okay. And is he philanthropist? V-E-T. Okay, spelling mistake. Omnipotent. So, theist means what? The one who believes in God or the one who believes in the existence of God and religion. If you believe that, okay, there exists a power called God and religion, etc., which you trust, that means you can call yourself a theist. I too can categorize myself in that category. And veteran means a person who's got long experience, good experience regarding any work. Okay. Then philanthropist is the one. That is our correct option, option number C. That means a person, a lover of mankind is called philanthropist. And what about this last option, omnipotent? This also we very often use in connection with God. God is unique, He is omnipotent, He is the superpower. He is the one and only, that feeling of something or somebody being the superpower or the one and only power, that is what we call omnipotent. In connection with God that we use this term. Okay. So, philanthropist is the one who is a lover of mankind. Theist is the one who believes in God and religion. Veteran is the one who has got long experience. Omnipotent is also connected with God and existence of God. Okay. Now, next is a system of government in which only one political party is allowed to function. What do you call that system? Is it oligarchy, dictatorship, totalitarianism, or theocracy? This is called totalitarianism. And why isn't it oligarchy means what? It could even be a single, it is a small group. A small group having the power or authority. Okay. So, it's a system which runs with a small group which exerts its power on or its authority. Now, what is dictatorship? Maybe a single man ruling, a very small like group ruling, but exercising extraordinary or excess power, almost like controlling people. That is dictatorship. And totalitarianism is exactly the same thing, a system of government where we have only one political party which is allowed or permitted to function. Single party rule. Okay. And what is theocracy? It's the rule of priests. Theocracy. Theology. Theocracy. Theocracy means where the rulers are religious personalities or priests. Okay. So that is the theocracy. So it is option number C. Both C. Next we have a very small passage based on which you have around 5 questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. But the passage is very small and easy to understand. Okay. Can we have a look at the passage? John had never thought much about the origin of wealth or inequalities in life. It was a strong or firm belief that if this world was not good, the next world will be good enough, and this faith sustained him. So he had faith. Okay, keep these things in mind. He was not like some others whom he knew who would sell their souls. This is actually based on one of the questions. Who would sell their souls to the devil is actually an idiom. Okay. He always thought of God before doing anything. He lived the life of an honest man. He had not married but did not desire another man's wife. He believed that women weakened men. Now that's not fair. He believed that women weakened men. And why did he believe so? Because as was described, because he truly believed the story in the Bible all about Samson and Delilah. Okay, what the story is I don't know, but then maybe a story where the women might have weakened the man there. So that is the reason why this fellow also believes the same. Okay, so anyways, coming to the questions. See, whatever I have underlined, that's the first question. To sell one's soul to the devil, it is an idiom. What does it mean? To sell, do not take the literal sense, okay? To sell one's soul to the devil. That means to get some benefits, to enjoy some materialistic benefits or to get some pleasures, you go to any extent or you do all those wrong deeds. That's what we call to sell the soul to the devils. Do we have any options like that? Let us check. Suppressing one's conscience, no. Giving up goodness in exchange of evil, do not take the literal sense. Giving up one's honesty for the sake of monetary benefit. This is more precise, this is more elaborate. That means do not take the literal sense of this sentence or idiom, to sell one's soul to the devil. It means that you make a compromise with your honesty, you go to the extent and you want all those monetary or materialistic benefits, and for that you are ready to stoop to any level. You bargain with your honesty, and that is the meaning. So it is option number C. Okay. Now John thought that women weakened men. Why is it so? Why is it said that women weaken men? Because he thought that women were evil. No way. Then he believed that a woman was a fancy devil, almost similar in meaning, right? He thought that a woman would spoil his life. That was never said by him. But he was convinced that what the story of Samson and Delilah illustrates is correct. Because he strongly believed in the story of whatever is being described in the story of Samson and Delilah. And that is why he believed that women weaken men. Okay, not other reasons. That is option number D. Now, it was John's belief that, what did he believe? One can be happy only by remaining a bachelor. Did he speak all about spending a bachelor's life and that is only means that you could be happy? No. The world is a happy place. No. He says that, see, if this world was not good, the next would be good. So he never said that this world is a happy place. Okay. There is no other world. That also he never said. He speaks about another world. One must lead an honest life. See, he lived the life of an honest man. So he always believed in the quality of being honest. So one must lead an honest life is his policy. So it is option number D again. Okay. Next is, by not desiring another man's wife, John showed that, when he says that, okay, he is a bachelor, at the same time, he did not desire another man's wife. So what does it show about his character? What are the options given? He wanted to get married and that's why he thought of having his own wife, not somebody else's wife? No. He was a man of principles. Excellent. So it is B option. He was a man of principles. Not that he felt sorry for other men. How ridiculous options are, right? It's making fun of women. Then he had no desire for another's wealth. We talk about another man's wife, not about another man's wealth. Okay. So also funny options. Now from the above passage, from this passage, we understand that John was. So on the whole, if you get a picture of John, how he was, which option will be the correct option to judge him? Not highly educated, does he? Does it speak anything about his education? No. A man of simple faith. A very simple, straightforward man, simplicity and simple faith, right? Let us check the other options also. A deeply pessimistic man. He's optimistic, not pessimistic. A scholar of scriptures. He's not a scholar of scriptures. Nothing about his education, nothing about this of he being a scholar of scriptures is given. Actually, he's just a man of simple faith, simple ideologies and simple policies that he possessed about life. Okay. So it's option number B. Okay. So C, D, D, B, B. C, D, D, B, B. All right. Now we have again two sentences, 26th and 27th, where the statement has been divided into parts and you need to find out if any part has gone wrong or if any part has got error, and if yes, that will be your answer. Okay. If it would rains, they will not come. If it would rains, they will not come. So the error is in the first part, if it would. If it would. See, if it would, that would is to be removed. If it rains, they will not come. If clause, if conditional. Okay, so if you call it as if clause, so if it rains, not if it would rains. Anyways, if it would and rains will not go together, right? If it rains, they will not come. So it's option number A, which is wrong. And how will you correct it? Remove the word auxiliary verb would. Okay. Next is, organic pulses are so popular today that many people wonder how they have ever lived without them. The error is in C part, how they have ever lived without them. You know what, like here the statement is a bit long and lengthy one and a bit confusing. But if you read it again, you will find it like with careful reading. See, actually, organic pulses are so popular today. That means we are comparing the present with past. That's the first thing which you get, right? So, organic pulses are very popular today means the present situation. It's so popular that many people wonder. So, nowadays people wonder, that part is also correct, how they have ever lived without them. So, how will you correct it? How? To show that it is compared to past, this must be given in past tense, not in present tense. Have ever lived means present again. And the tone of the statement is that of comparing the two times present and past. To convey that meaning, to make that comparison proper and possible, what should be done? Past tense also should be referred to. Okay, so this is actually present perfect, that must be changed. So remove this have and automatically you will get the correct answer. So organic pulses are so popular today that many people wonder how they ever lived. If you just use ever lived, that means it shows something of the past life. So in that sense, this connection will be apt. Okay, so you have to remove that word have and the sentence will be correct. Okay, now next is fill in the blanks with suitable prepositions. Okay, my father did not approve dash the plan of traveling to Uttarakhand because of bad weather there. My father did not approve of. Why is it of? See here, option number A, option number C, and here with the word approve, that means to agree to or to give consent. With the word approve, always a preposition of, approved of something, give consent or agreement to something. Okay, my father did not approve of the plan of traveling to Uttarakhand because of bad weather there. Okay, the next is I settled dash Canada last year. I settled off is wrong, on is wrong. So you will be confused between first and second A and B options. Like we feel that both are correct. I settled at Canada or I settled in Canada last year. This is correct. B option. I settled in Canada last year, not at Canada. Why is it so? We are not talking about a small place. We are talking about where the area wise, if it is a big area, so you settled in, not at. When we speak about country or place large in area, use in, not at. Okay, so it is A and B options. Next, find out the word similar in meaning means synonym. Synonyms for abeyance and dauntless. Okay, so abeyance, similar meaning. Abeyance, what is the meaning of abeyance? Like suppose if for a temporary period that something is being suspended. A temporary, a small period of suspension is what you call abeyance. So the word suspension is given as the option, and that is similar to the word abeyance. It's not commencement means to start something. Perjure is something connected with jurisdiction or like judiciary. Like you take oath in courts and all. You would have seen how you take oath and then you give a statement or you give a testament, right? Suppose under the oath you give a wrong statement. That's what you call perjure. Then we have contorn and suspension. Okay, so this is option number D, which is the correct answer. All right. Then dauntless. Dauntless, what is the meaning of dauntless? A person who is courageous, strong, brave. Brave is also given as one of the options. So it is brave. Not insane or mad, playful, ugly. These are not the words to be used. Dauntless means brave. So option number A. Okay. Then you need to find out the word opposite in meaning. That means two words are given. Clandestine and intrepid. So clandestine. Clandestine means what? Maybe a new term for you. So the problem is, if you're asked to find out the opposites, you need to know the meaning. Otherwise, how will you know what the opposite is, right? So clandestine actually means a person or something or someone being, very secretive. Not open, very secretive. Not like exposing oneself, or not very straight, not very open, very secretive. So definitely what will be the opposite given for or should be the opposite for clandestine? Open, right? Not abrupt, illicit means illegal or wary, okay? But it is open. Open is the opposite. Wary means take precautions, okay? Like here, clandestine means, meaning of clandestine is to be secretive, okay, not so straight. So the opposite will be open or straight. Now intrepid also means a person who is quite courageous, straight, and with full of energy, active, aggressive, etc. So the opposite will be meek, means very gentle, silent. The one who is very energetic, active, and vigorous is intrepid, bold, courageous, all those qualities. Opposite will be meek or silent or gentle. So option number C, option number C again. So for both these words, we have options C. Okay. Now we have idioms and find out the meaning for those idioms. To steal a march. To steal a march means like to be the center of attraction or to surpass something or to outshine. C option. Not to act in a foolish way or to break something, but to outshine means like you become the center of attraction or the full focus upon you. So that is to outshine something, not to see a hidden meaning. Okay. Now in a jiffy. So when you complete a task in a jiffy, that means you're quick in action. You do something very quickly. So in a jiffy actually means not to fail to win appreciation or in an appropriate manner, but something which is done in a very quick way or very quickly. So in a jiffy means within seconds time, very quickly. Not to fall in love. Okay, that has got nothing to do with in a jiffy. Alright, so it's option number C. Now, in these two sentences, a part has been given bold, and after he arrived and he was playing, Okay, so if you need substitution for the underlined items, you have to choose from the options. If there is no improvement required, you can choose the last option as no improvement. Okay, so let us check the first sentence. After he arrived from office, he goes to gym. First part is underlined. After he arrived, past tense. And then second part is he goes to gym. This is present tense. So that means this also should be in present tense. So after he arrives. Remember, it's a usual or habitual action. So for habitual action, you have to use simple present tense. And here, the simple past cannot be used. So here also to show like every day it is a routinal habit or it's a usual action of the person that whenever after coming back from office, he would go to gym. So it should be expressed in simple present tense. So the first part which has been given in bold letters, it should be after he arrives. So option number C is the correct one. Okay. Next, when I first saw Ankit, he was playing cricket. That means when I met Ankit, what was he doing? He was playing cricket. Nothing wrong with the statement. So it requires no improvement. It's correct. So this is past tense. This also should be in past. Okay, when I saw him for the first time, what was he doing? He was playing cricket. So nothing wrong with the statement. Okay. Now, give one word for the following. What do you call the mania for travel? A person who is very passionate, who's got a very strong desire to travel all the time. What is that mania called? Obsession called? Dromomania. Dromomania. A person who is obsessed with traveling. Very fond of traveling. Too much into traveling is a dromomaniac. I am not. Okay. What about this hypermania? Hypermania is related to hyperactive. The person who does excess activity or very energetic, packed with energy and is always very active, hyperactive. Okay. Megalomania means obsessed with power. The one who is obsessed or is too much into gaining or securing power. And what about this nymphomania? It's strong sexual desires. Okay. So, dromomania is the correct one. The one who is obsessed with traveling. Okay. Now, one who has suddenly gained new wealth, power or prestige. The one who by birth was not rich enough, not powerful or prestigious, but like suddenly gained it. Such people, what do you call them? Egot is no. Imposter is the one who is a fake character, but it's parvenu. You call it as parvenu. C option and A option. Parvenu means the same thing. The one who got new wealth suddenly, new power or new prestige. Now, scullery has got nothing to do with the people or mania or anything like that. Scullery actually means a small kitchen, store or kitchen. Okay. Now select the incorrectly. Earlier you were asked to find out the correctly spelt word, and this time you need to find out the incorrect spelling. A word with wrong spelling. Acquiescence is correct spelling. Alienate, correct spelling. Belligerent is correct spelling. Okay. And sabotage is wrong spelling. So this is your correct answer. Sabotage with single B. Only one B. Okay, not more than one. Alright. So, acquiescence, alienate, belligerent, sabotage. Sabotage is the answer, and sabotage should have single B, not double B. Then next is which word is with wrong spelling. Aluminium, cemetery, recommend, satellite. Aluminium has got only one L, not double L. Here double B is wrong. Here double L is wrong. Here it is single B, single L. So, option number A is the correct answer. Okay. Next, you need to rearrange these into proper order, in its correct order. That means in which order should we arrange this passage? to make it logical and meaningful. Okay. It isn't bragging. You cannot start with this. It's not about thinking. Again, you cannot, what is that is not mentioned. So, we cannot start with P, we cannot start with Q. So, what about S or R? Self-esteem. So, we can start with R, right? We can start with R. So, how many options started with R? 2 options, B and C. So, you can strike this off for the time being. And you need to focus only on B and C. That will save your time. Now, let us check RQ, which is QRQ. Self-esteem is how much you value yourself and how important you think you are. Q, it's not about thinking. What about RS? It's how you, that means you first define it properly and after that you tell what it is not. What it is to be said first. So, in that sense, RS, this one, RSPQ. So, without wasting much time, you will get the correct answer. It should be RSPQ, not RQSP. Okay, once you get the first sentence, and if you have more than one option for which started with the same letter, that means check the other one also, and if the second letter matches with any of the options, choose that blindly. Alright. So it is RSC option, RSPQ. Again, same way. See, most of them are combinations. You cannot start with that. Crude mineral oil comes out of the earth. That means we can start with Q. So here also we have 2 options start with Q. The other 2 things could be cancelled. QPRS and QRPS. So let us check QP. Crude mineral oil comes out of the earth as a thick brown or black liquid with a strong smell. P, most of them are combinations. No. R, it is a complex. So QR. You got the first 2 letters. First letter is QR. So select this and this also is wrong. So you got option number D. See, when you have such questions, do not waste much time. Instead, if you're really lucky, maybe only one option will start with Q. You can select that blindly. Okay. So likewise, you be tactful and have a perfect planning to save time. Okay. Now we have in the following question, a sentence has been given in active or passive voice. Where is the sentence? Yeah, this one. He shall have bought a car, okay, and change that into passive. He shall have bought a car. That means you should start with a car, right? A car, shall or this is not a direct indirect speech. It is active passive. So shall or will, same meaning. Same meaning. So, shall, if you have that in active voice, when you change it into passive voice, shall would become will, which means the same one, same meaning. Okay. So, how will you change this into passive? Let us try it without looking at the options. A car will, shall changes to will have been, he cannot change the tense, will have been bought by him. Do we have that? A car was being is wrong, was bought. A car will have been bought by him. C. You got it. C option. Okay. A car will have been bought by him. Because shall changes to will. No other change. No tense change. Subject, object changes. Okay. Now next is direct indirect speech. So here this is a statement. The teacher said to the student, it's a question asked, have you brought your lunch? So in active and passive voice there is no tense change. But when you change direct to indirect, there is tense change. Okay. So let us check the tense first. Have you brought? Have you brought is present perfect. And we discussed in one of those classes that all present tenses in direct speech, when you change it into indirect speech, would change to corresponding past tenses. So present perfect should change to past perfect. Okay, and it's a question. So what should be the answer? The teacher asked the student if he had brought his lunch. Do we have that? The student was asked by the teacher, no. Teacher asked student if he would be bringing, no. Teacher asked the student if he had brought his lunch. If he had. This is has brought. Present perfect, same present perfect wrong. Present perfect to past perfect. So, the teacher asked the student if he had brought his lunch. So, option number C is the correct answer. Okay. Now, we have again a small passage, a simple passage, easy passage with a few words missing. You need to insert using the options given to you. So, let us read the passage once. Children need to be taught the importance of hygiene early on. Early on means early age, so that it becomes a dash, so that it becomes a habit. So simple, right? So that it becomes a habit for them. Children are the most dash to hygiene related disorders. Children are the most innocent or responsible or pliable, susceptible. That means vulnerable to, exposed to. Okay. So, children are the most susceptible to, they are the most affected ones regarding hygiene related disorders like skin issues, rashes, infections, wounds, etc. Teach them early on in an early time itself about what to read, write, what to avoid. Okay, what to avoid. Teach them that taking a few what steps? Scientific? No. Unimportant means in precautionary steps or measures to prevent infections and diseases is optional, not optional. Secondary, voluntary, imperative means very important. So option number D. It's option number B. Here D, option number A, B, D. So children need to be taught the importance of hygiene early so that it becomes a habit. Children are susceptible to hygiene related disorders like skin issues, rashes, etc. Teach them early on about what to avoid and teach them to take a few precautionary measures to prevent infections and diseases. It is mandatory or it is imperative. So with that we come to the end of the session. This was the last question. So your exam is going to be good, I believe, and it's going to be easy. So best of luck for the exam. So we would wind this up for the time being. Thank you.